Look, I don't care how many views your last video got, because here's the truth. 500,000 views from random people means not if none of them are even in your market for your product. But 5k views from actual buyers? That's where real usage begins. Most founders post content like it's billboards. Let's go viral, let's get exposure. But exposure to who? People who will never sign up? People who are not even frustrated by the problem your app solves. And I see it all the time, founders bragging about hitting 100k views. But when you ask how many signups that created, it gets quiet. Then there are founders doing 3 to 5k views per video, but every single comment on the video is there a free trial link? One feeds ego, another one feeds the pipeline. That's the part nobody admits. Most of the content dies not because it's bad, but because it's aimed at the wrong audience. I've spoken with so many SaaS founders and AI tool founders doing content, and they all say the same thing. Yeah, we tried content, it didn't really work. And every time I ask them, what did you try exactly? It's always the same pattern. A couple of random explainer videos, maybe an app future tour, a post that got decent views but 0 signups, and then they stopped. And the craziest part? Most of them were probably 1 or 2 videos away from content that actually lands them new users. But because nothing was measured beyond views, they assumed the channel didn't work. They treated every video like a final result instead of a test. That's why most founders quit content right before it starts compounding. Not because content failed, but because they never built a feedback loop that can learn from it. Because they were measuring the wrong metric. Reach instead of relevance. We used something initially called the BRS score. Buyer Relevance Score. I got tired of seeing content being treated like guesswork. Post, pay, and repeat. So instead of asking, will this go viral? I started asking a better question. Is this speaking directly to someone who is willing to try my app? That's what led to building an internal score. Not to make content prettier, but to make sure that every piece of content has a purpose and moves the real buyer one step closer. Every piece of content gets rated from 1 to 10 based on these 3 things. The first one is problem specificity. Does the hook call out a real pain point for the user? Most hooks point at a topic and not at a pain point. Saying things like how to automate finance is generic. Saying here's how our users stop chasing late invoices is a moment someone actually feels. If a founder can't feel their scenario in the gut, they won't click. They'll just scroll. The second thing is vocabulary match. Are you speaking like your users speak or like a product manual? Because founders love saying things like scalable, workflow, intelligent dashboard, seamless onboarding. That's product vocabulary. Users never speak like that. They say something like, I'm tired of sending emails follow-ups, hate updating CRM manually, just want to get users without friction. The closer your language is to how your users describe the problem, the higher your BRS. The third thing is CTA alignment. Are you pushing the viewers to the next action, or are you just asking for views? Because most videos end up with follow for more, or let me know if this helped, share it with someone who finds it helpful, and that's not outcome. That's just noise. A high BRS video points towards a product action, like saving the video because they actually plan to watch it later, or clicking a link that's actually explaining the workflow you just provided. Your call to actions shouldn't ask for attention. It should invite action. Here's an example flow BRS hook that founders love to use. This AI tool will change your life in 2025. Sounds hype and might get views, but who is this for? It can be for everyone. Here's a high BRS version aimed at actual users. If you're still manually chasing late invoices, this is the exact automations our users use to get paid without sending a single follow-up reminder. Do you see the difference? The first one gets likes, the second one gets trials. The first one gives people a quick dopamine hit. They hear AI tools, they double tap, and they move on. The second one forces a thought. It makes a founder go, wait, that's actually what slows my users right now. It shifts from scrolling mode into evaluation mode. And that's the exact moment when signups are born. When we worked with Flume, we didn't try to chase viral hits. We focused on relevance. One video didn't even pass 5k views, but it hit a very specific pain point moment. And guess what? People didn't just watch, they clicked. They signed up, they became users. That's BRS in action. And what's interesting in that one video that started circulating, it wasn't just views. We saw people saving it, tagging teammates, even dropping it inside their working Slack with messages like, this is exactly what we've been dealing with. And that's exactly when you know that content is doing the real job. not entertaining, but actually doing things that are helping you with your business. And you don't need more time to do content. You just need to stop posting for the algorithm and start posting for the user who is actually ready to try your product. And here's the part most founders don't realize. Your content library will either become a graveyard of one-off posts or a compounding asset that keeps sending users your way without lifting a finger. The only difference between these two outcomes, whether each video was built to attract users or just to be seen. I put together a simple BRS scorecard and a document that shows you exactly how to audit your own hooks and content ideas so you can finally see why something drives users or why it's just content. And we actually built this for internal use, but a bunch of founders asked for it, so I cleaned it up and made it public. If you want it, you can grab it from the link in the description. And if you want to take it one step further, I'll personally audit your latest 3 videos using this score, so you can see which video had potential to get users and which one was just for the sake of content. That's it for this video. Let me know if you have any critics or recommendations for this first video, and I'll see you in the next one, friends. Peace out.